Alright, chat, it's the time of the hour. The next run has arrived. We got ourselves we got ourselves a pretty interesting run. We went from the bread and butter, Resident Evil. You got your designers, big ass communities, and then you got these ones, low community runners. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and now we're about to have another spicy run, and I've heard this one is very spicy. Okay, this is extra spicy. So, give me just a second. All right, chat. So, with me, it is my pleasure to present to you guys the next run. Volgarr's Viking no-hit by tomazingerz and his commentator Pablo. Tomazingerz, your turn. Your thing.
So right now, today I'm going to be playing Volgarr the Viking. I am with his commentator Pablo.
Hello.
So as soon as we get a countdown, or we can play right away.
Rise, warrior.
Estoy listo. No. Pardon. So,
Rise, warrior.
in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I will be talking about the run that Thomas is doing. We must say, Thomas is the only runner that plays Volgarr the Viking in the world in this kind of run that is the no-hit. There are some differences between no damage and no-hit in this game. Here, for example, he has taken an upgrade. That is the Mjolnir Blessing, that allows him to take 1 damage without losing any of the equipment he has. But as this is no hit, we won't allow it. Thomas is going to try to not get any hit from any enemy, or any trap, or any environmental damage he can take. Volgarr the Viking is a side-scrolling platform game that is inspired in some games like Ghosts and Goblins or Rustan. And he will be doing the A ending that requires him to do the 6 main levels on the Valkyrie path. That is an alternate way of playing each level with a harder difficulty, different layout, different enemy placement, and different chest, like you say. Each
Gonna be
chest,
like a tournament team, basically.
yeah. Each chest contains a pickup, a piece of equipment. Right now he is using the blue shield that allows him to throw these charged spears that make a lot of damage and has better runs, so he can easily defeat the enemies from the distance. He also has the helmet that allows him to move fast, quickly, and you can see that now when he's moving, he often does a roll and throws a spear. This is a spearrun strat that allows him to move faster. And when getting this helmet, he can move. The animation is shorter, so he can do it more fast. The last upgrade will be the flame sword that you can see. It deals twice the damage and has a greater hitbox, so he can hit enemies that he should be crouching while standing with this magic sword or flame sword, as we can say. He will also be picking some blue fires, some blue small orbs that we can see that he gets whenever he opens 3 chests consecutively without taking damage. This is required for the Valkyrie path. And here we can see the Fedbot that he will instantly, quite easy.
The first boss is pretty much away.
every boss will die really quickly as he can with the flame sword or the charged speed. He will do it really fast. But in the next level, that is the water level, we will be seeing which we think is the hardest level of the run. This is the water level. We had seen the jungle level, and here we can see the water level. There are some new mechanics about the water. You move slower, and you need to be a bit more wary about how you move around. These kind of cells, you only have to wait for them to open, so you can kill them. There, that is a Mjolnir blessing.
Uh-huh.
So he can resist another hit without losing any of the equipment. If he get hits right now, he could lose the flame sword, but he doesn't want that, as he will lose that damage output, and he prefers taking this small pickup so he can do it easily.
Like the Mjolnir is really good for safety in this kind of run.
Yeah, it's all about safety. All the walls, there are six walls, as I said, and a secret level that triggers the secret level. Each wall is made of 2 different screens with a checkpoint at the beginning of each of the screens. Now, when he throws the spears, he can create some small platforms whenever he wants. And we will see a very fun mechanic I think it is the wine level, in which he creates well, you'll see it. It's awesome. When I saw it, it was really good.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Let's not give it too much spoiler, because it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, you have the water. You have to use the double jump in order to redirect the direction, as when you are in the water or even in the air. The first jump will always cover the same distance, and using the double jump, that kind of roll in the water, you can get greater distance, and you can, as you saw there, he was moving in a direction, and he used the double jump to stop mid-water and be able to go down. You can drown in the water, but it's not a problem in this one.
Yeah, it's when you are for a long time under the water, you see a countdown of when you will run out of oxygen, basically. But luckily, right here, you have some air pockets.
Yeah, sun-ups.
So you can restart the oxygen.
There is no much RNG in this one. All of the enemy placement and almost all of their behaviors is almost always the same. It's a really hard run, as the game is really hard. But when you have played enough, as Thomas has played, you get that consistency and that muscle memory that you need to run this game. And here is the worst boss of the run. He makes a loop moving around the arena, and you can, at first, as he's gonna kill him really fast, he can control. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. But if he doesn't die so quickly, he starts doing some lightning attacks that cover a great area. He can get all the water in a electric kind of damage that is really dangerous. So
like right here, you won't see that much because I killed the bosses so quickly, but
yeah,
pretty much
all of the bosses
are
gonna die really quickly. So don't worry. This third level is the graveyard. As you can see, he's gonna place a spear in a distance in which he can shoot the spears to that huge enemy without getting damage. That fire attack that he does doesn't goes beyond the platform, so he can kill it easily.
The arrows distance is really OP, in my opinion. And we
The
have
roll has iframes.
iframes.
Yeah. Also, I think he only uses in those enemies, right? In those red enemies.
Like those red soldiers have the biggest health bar, if you could say that. So it's better to roll behind them than fight them.
I hope you will show how the spear got in the shield of the enemy and stood there. It's really important for my favorite part of the run. But you will see it. You will see it.
This won't break it because it's a touch, but we will see some enemies that we can throw a spear into the.
We will see some
the
enemies
head.
that don't break the spear.
It will be so.
This is more in this room. There's a ghost spawner that little blue orbs are ghosts that spawn at random and can move around, can move in your direction, or preparing for a better attack. This one isn't really hard, but there is another in some minutes in which they move around quickly enough to be a really danger.
You see how epic is the charge arrow. It's really
The charge
good.
arrow, as I said, covers a greater distance and deals more damage, so you can use it as often as you want to clean a room.
Ooh,
Yeah, and this is the bad room, right? With the ghost? No,
Yeah,
it isn't this one.
it's this one. Like you
Oh,
said, in every corner of this room is covered with a giant ghost spawner. So much dangerous, really dangerous. We just passed a really difficult part. And RNG based. It's not that difficult, but every part that have RNG is a pain in this one.
Yeah. Here we have some spiders in the floor and the ceiling. And that's all. We're gonna see the third boss. That is, I think, is my favorite. I love this boss. He also makes a loop of moving. Well, he can start that attack, but he also has a loop that moving out of the screen and coming from right to left. But
Kinda
he's gonna
looks
die.
like-
He's gonna die really fast, so
Right
we
here.
won't see it.
It kinda looks like Nito if he wasn't useless.
If the combat is long enough, he will spawn an enemy in the middle of the screen. That it isn't really hard to deal with, but well, it's another danger when you are doing an octane run.
For me, this is like my favorite world, like the lava world. Like you can see in every world there's new enemies. Like this snake have a red skin for some reason, of course, the fire reason. And so many fire protected.
Here you see, I think, the most tense moment in the run. That for me is the lava bridge, in which he has to wait for a real exact timing, so no lava droplet can hit him. These 5 blobs, or these 5 slimes, as you showed in the water level, that one, are one of the only enemies that has a bit more RNG in the behavior, as they can jump a bit randomly towards you or away from you, and there is some special kind of jump that is done really quickly, and it's a really dangerous thing. We deal with the enemies in the distance with the spears.
As you can see, we're pretty much abusing of the range of the arrows, spears, and the double damage of the shot.
I got a bit nervous when you jump towards that enemy. Yeah, this stone has a lot of enemies.
Oh,
But that's...
what did I say?
I got scared. When the placement of the enemies is always the same. So if you know what you are doing, as Thomas does,
I'm gonna wait a little bit.
here is the part that I said that had that special timing about the lava.
But today I'm gonna do it differently because I found out some safe spots. I hope I don't get hit because I will look like stupid.
Yeah, so that's a safe spot, and you can pass it easily. When Thomas did the run a year ago, I think it was,
Yes.
I saw him I saw him a bit more nervous about that one.
It is like this run somehow, even if I am the only one like running it, it has evolved to safer strats. So you can join.
You can see whenever Thomas, well, this is Fluffy, a snake that I don't really know what is the name, but I love it.
Yeah, the
When I-
name in the name in the credits is Fluffy. No joke.
Yeah. Whenever Volgarr throws a spear, he takes like a step forward. Whenever you are on a platform or on the spears, you can throw those spears without moving. You are not gonna fall if you are only throwing spears. And here comes my favorite part, but oh, I love it. When I told you that those spears, you could place them in the shield of enemies,
Don't say too much.
I'll say. Yeah. Enjoy the best journey, the relaxing part of the run. Okay, we are skipping like 6 ships full of enemies. And when I saw it, it was awesome. I got in love with the part of the run.
Like the first time I saw this, I was like, "Is this really allowed?" But it's an intended mechanic.
These with enemies, you can only crouch and you can move above them without any problem. And we enter the second screen. As you can see, that escape is awesome. And here we have some fans that make a wing that pushes up or left or right whenever it's placed. So the platforming is a bit more tricky, but there are some speed mechanics that are easily used to make it easily.
I will be really careful because, as you can see, there's not only fans but spikes everywhere, and the fans throws your body to the spikes. Obviously.
Yeah, that red pointy things that some people may not understand that are spikes, as I did when I was playing the shot, are actually spikes. Any of them will deal damage, and we will be alone. We'll be avoiding it.
Right now you will see the red beard is basically my favorite enemy. The design is awesome, dude. Look at that. I mean, we also saw it in the previous area, but right now we're fighting it.
Yeah, as there is wind from upwards, when he's gonna hit that enemy, he places in the middle column that doesn't have a fan, so he can deal with it easily. Whenever you open a chest, he's been doing all the run without me saying anything about it. Every chest would be a pickup, the iron shield, the helmet, the flame sword. As he also has all of them, he isn't getting any of them. But when you open 3 consecutively, you will get a small blue fire, a firefly, and we are getting to the 4th boss.
Like this boss is one of the hardest in casual play. But when you know how to fight it with the 5 swords, it doesn't last anything.
The 5 sword deals twice the damage.
Oh, so fast.
Yeah, GG.
This run is going places. Like this would be like this one could be hitless.
You you just jinx it. I wasn't
No,
gonna
no,
say
no, no, no.
anything about it because I didn't want to
We
do
already
the
did.
caster things.
We
And you wanna
already
say?
did. We already did everything that is difficult in this game. Right now we have the tower, pretty easy.
Yeah.
The secret area, I have practiced a lot.
In this screen, you have to clean a kind of tower. When you are playing in casual, this level is really different. And Thomas told me that it was harder than in the ultimate version. Here you only have to clean. You can make use of that height difference to throw spears to the feet of the enemies safely. So you can
I
deal
will
with them.
play so much
really
slower, dude. I will play slower. Just so I don't get games. Ooh.
I got a... You are getting scared. Admit it.
A little bit.
Okay, so he's gonna reach the top of the tower while he will deal with the... This is the blue dragon, right?
Yes.
That will usually be the final boss of the game, but he will do the second ending that has another boss.
Like, the way of killing this supposedly final boss in the ending is going to be somewhat funny because we are going up the tower from outside, and as you will see, we are going to enter through a window and get the boss without expecting us.
Yeah, he has like an evolved version in the casual playthrough, is that it?
The boss transforms friendly, that I think is the name, transforms into a blue dragon. It's a really dumb boss. It's really easy to defeat with the fire sword. Like everything in this game, as you get every upgrade, it can be tricky, but you are so overpowered. The game really rewards you for not getting hit.
Well, don't believe him. This run is a madness. He's trying to trick you into playing Volgarr the Viking.
Dude, I want people to play Volgarr. I'm the only one I can play one.
And he
Boss
had
number
the...
5 or 6. GG. Poor
Yep.
guy.
You might not notice it, but when he entered through that window, he fell over the final boss and killed instantly. And we are gonna see the last part of the game. I would say
If you know something about Norse mythology, you expect who will be the final boss.
Yeah, those spheres make him jump a little in the air. Those flowers throw like a yellow sphere in whichever direction you are. It can go upwards or diagonal. And the run is up. No. Fuck.
Like I was too close to the flower.
You know it was because you said what you said, right?
Yeah. Let's not try it. But
Well, it doesn't matter. Only a hit. It's really... You are playing Volgarr the Viking in no hit. Don't... we could expect this. This is a really hard game.
only a hit, and I didn't lose any equipment. This piece get no damage.
Oh yeah, as he was using the... Well, you are gonna see the final boss. As he was using the Mjolnir Blessing, that blue aura that he had around, when he takes damage, instead of taking damage, that Mjolnir Blessing triggers, and he actually doesn't get the damage. He doesn't lose any equipment.
this Nidhogg, a really cool boss, really huge dragon.
Let's see if you get the the hand spear again.
I won't try because I don't have Mjolnir. I will be careful.
Ah, oh, okay.
Unless...
And you have that. He made a platform in the hand of the enemy, and he instantly killed it. GG. Really great. Volgarr the Viking, no damage. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, it was awesome. So that was the truth. Like when you play the snow hit, you can last for 50 minutes or so, like that. But I learned this game because there were no other people in no hit. I learned it by speedrunners, so that's why I wrote it. So as final words, let me say everyone involved in this Slayer benefits. How can you say, Pablo?
The event, you say?
Everyone involved in this event, in the charity, you are a super player.
Okay. Ya, verá, ya hizo la transición. Alright, chat. Chat, I'm not lying. I'm gonna buy the game. I'm convinced. You saw the spins? My guy moving in the air like he's part of Cirque du Soleil, dude. Moving with doing those spinnerooskies in the air. Is that a double jump? That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, my friends, it is time for the next one. I'm actually going to be yeah, it looks really fun. It looks really fun. I'm gonna be setting up the next run, which is another spicy run, chat. This stuff gets better and better. Better and better. It's like you stack spiciness over spiciness. Getting out of this event hype today. Okay. So give me just a second, and I will be right back. Also, before I continue, I want to mention you guys that we are like $5 away. I believe we're still $5 away. No, we're not $5 away. Hold on a second. Jackass 13H with the $5. Tomazingerz has more than 69 DS1 runs, but he'll always be our favorite Canary Viking. Also, thanks for our Celeste player, Pablo. Thank you so much for that, Jackass. Thank you so much. Yeah, shoutouts to Tomazingerz and Pablo. Really good runners. Really good runners. Going out there and just doing runs that not many people do, and sticking to it. Really good stuff. But thank you so much for those $5. Chat, we reached the goal in 1 day. We reached the goal in 1 day. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much, everybody who actually donated and just gathered for this. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know exactly how to raise the goal right now, but for sure for tomorrow we'll have a new goal and see if we can take it higher. But for now, chat, throw donations if you need, if you have them, if you want them. Remember, even $5 or $1, dude, just a dollar helps a lot. You don't know how much they could do with just very little money. I've seen their stuff, and it's kind of crazy. And these guys, the Doctors Without Border, very committed to helping the world. You know, spread out in 72 countries. They help as much as they can. They go on the front lines wherever there's problems, and they can help. They will help. So please donate. Your money is being put into a great cause. Now, excuse me, I'll be right back with some more no hit, no damage runs.